I'm going to tell you why you should basically never buy a done-for-you niche site. My name is Doug Cunnington. I'm from Niche Site Project, and I write about Amazon affiliate sites, and I also tell you how to apply project management skills, processes to building an online business. So this video is going to be all about why I don't think you should buy a done-for-you niche site. I will tell you there's one type of person that I think a done-for-you niche site can work, but it's a small minority of people. So let's get into it. What happens, and the reason why I'm talking about this is maybe once or twice a week, I get an email from a person, one of my readers or viewers on YouTube, and they say, I bought a pre-made niche site and it looks awesome. I have great content. The keywords are fantastic. The people that sold it to me told me that the keywords are great because they get 5,000 searches per month, maybe even more. And they tell me the potential of the website is $10,000 a month. I just don't know how to get traffic. They gave me a little training, but I don't know how to make it work. So can you help me, Doug? And I feel terrible for those people because there's not much I can do. At that point, they have invested hundreds of dollars in most cases on a site, and they don't know what to do with it. They were told that they could probably outsource some link building, and they should be able to get traffic, and also they need to do some other stuff with link building, maybe guest posting. The problem is they don't have the core set of skills to actually get visitors on their website. So it's a big issue. Now, there are some cases where you can make this work, which I'll get to in just a moment. But first, let's look at what I propose instead, and that is to actually build a niche site on your own. That is, what I do, right? So I build my own niche sites, and my peers, some guys in my mastermind group, they build their own sites too. And I think we have sort of a similar approach. And let me get into three main reasons why you may want to consider building your own site. If you build your own site, you're going to learn more. So the fact is you're going to learn about keyword research, you're going to learn about content, how to write content, and you're going to learn what works and what doesn't work. In fact, you'll even learn some cool stuff about WordPress, most likely. You're going to learn about themes, and that's part of the game. The thing is, you're going to have more control also. So if you build your own site, you're going to be able to control the content on there. You're going to be able to control the length of that content and where the images come from, for example. So it gives you a lot more control. Now, for me, a control freak like myself, having control like that is key. So I really appreciate that portion of it. The other thing that you're going to have is the ability to adapt a little bit more. So SEO changes all the time. So Google algorithm updates happen, right? Things change pretty fast. And if you are in the game learning, right? You're learning about the keyword research, you're learning about the SEO aspect, you're going to be well equipped to adapt when things change. Now, let's say you buy a site that's already making money. If you have a larger budget, for example, maybe you go to a place like Empire Flippers or maybe FE International and you buy a site that's already out there making money. If something changes, well, you don't have the skills to adapt in the same way that maybe I have the skills to adapt. So it's very valuable to actually have the knowledge to adapt. And the last thing is, this is probably the most important one, is when you have those skills that you're developing, I mentioned them a couple times, keyword research and developing content, maybe you hire some people, all those skills, they're transferable to other aspects of your life. So, mainly you're going to be able to apply them to, jobs, but maybe you want to, do a little extra for your own company, and this knowledge will help you. Just knowing the lingo and understanding the concepts behind how you're building a niche site are going to be super helpful. So now, those are some of the reasons why I really like building your own site, but let's talk about the three different kinds of people that may be interested in purchasing a done-for-you niche site. Now, like I mentioned, there is one scenario where I think buying a done-for-you site can be better than building your own, but I think it's a very slim minority. I'll tell you about that one last. Let's say you're a total newbie. You know about niche sites, you know about keywords, you know about brainstorming and the affiliate website model. So you have some knowledge, but you haven't ever built your own site. You are unsure of choosing a niche. You're unsure of what keywords are going to work. Maybe you're not sure about how long the content should be. So you find a done-for-you service, and then you think you can outsource all that decision-making out to someone else who's more experienced. Maybe they've had success in the past, and they want to sell you a site. So the problem there is you're unable to recreate what they've done and build another site in the future. So I have a project management background, processes, and helping to organize complex systems into something that people can follow, something that can be recreated and done again and again. I think you see where I'm going here. It's really important to be able to recreate and reproduce the results that you've gotten in the past. So if you buy a site and you don't know why they picked the keywords, you don't know why they chose the length of the content, you don't know why they organized the site in the way that they did, you're going to be in trouble if you want to build another site and be successful and sort of scale. Additionally, I'm actually a big proponent of not expanding too much and just having one or two niche sites that are large and quite profitable. That's sort of the model that I have because, well, frankly, I don't want to be too busy, right? If you have more sites, you're going to be quite busy. I don't want to be too busy. So if you are similar to me and you don't want to have too many sites, but you want to scale your own site, let's say you purchased the done-for-you site and it had 50 pages of content. I don't know. It had 50 pages of content and you want to expand it. Things are going well. Maybe you figured out how to get traffic to the site or whatever, and you want to expand it. Well, the question is, if you don't know how to choose the keywords, you don't know why those other keywords worked well, then you're going to be in trouble, right? You won't understand how to choose the keywords, do the research, and further, you may not have the skills to get 50 or 100 pieces of content written and published on your site. So you're sort of short-circuiting some portion of the process and maybe going a little faster. But if you don't have the knowledge, which is probably the most important thing, if you don't have the knowledge, then you're going to be in trouble. Now, let's move on to the second kind of person. Maybe someone like myself or some of the guys in my mastermind group or other folks that are at a similar level as me. So I've built many sites. I've had some successful sites out there. I've sold some sites. And just to give you a range of like the number of years. So I've been doing internet marketing for 4 years. So just 4 years. And I was a total beginner when I started 4 years ago. So this is the experienced internet marketer, and they know the affiliate model and they know what they're doing. They know how to choose keywords. So let's say the person has a portfolio of at least two to three sites or more, right? So a few of the folks that I consider my friends and peers, they have maybe a dozen sites. Maybe only a few make some money, but they have a lot. So this is an interesting situation. The thing is, most of us at this level are very specific about what we want. The reason why is because we've done this, right? We understand how to do keyword research. We understand how to build a site. We know how we like to have sites designed, and we know what works for us. That is the thing. We know what works, and different things work for different people, but we're quite particular about what we want. So I wouldn't want to buy a done-for-you site simply because I know exactly what I want done, And I have a VA that can help me set that up. I have editors that can edit the content. I have a VA that can do keyword research. So the fact is, I know exactly what I want to a level that is a little OCD, but I'm okay with it because it works. And I think many other folks that are making a full-time income from affiliate marketing or internet marketing, we are so OCD about how we want our site set up that we almost won't even trust another person to do it. So it kind of falls apart at that point. Now, actually, if you are an experienced internet marketer and you do buy done-for-you sites, let me know in the comments. I'm really interested, and I would want to know who your vendor of choice is, because maybe I have misjudged this. So we've covered 2 so far. That's the total newbie, and then the experienced niche site owner or affiliate marketer who has a portfolio of sites. Now, the third person that I want to cover here is someone who is finding some success. And this is, by the way, this is the only one, the only type of person that I think buying a done-for-you site could be beneficial. So first off, this is a person that has a site that is making some money, we'll say between $25 a month and maybe $500 a month. It's in that range where it can grow fast, and a person is discovering that you can actually make money online, right? That's a key distinction that a person goes through. You can actually make money online, and they want to scale, right? So they want to build a few more sites. Instead of making $100 a month from one site, they want 5 more sites so they can make money from. So in that case, it shows a couple things. One, they understand how to do the keyword research. That's very important in the brainstorming, niche selection. And then they know how to deliver the content, publish the content, and get that content written, whether they write it themselves or if they outsource it to writers, or however they got it, they know how to get content that actually converts. So that's important. I emphasized that before, and it's important to have that knowledge base so that you can actually, apply those skills again and again and grow. So in this case, this is the only time I think a done-for-you site is a good investment. That is, if you have the chops, right? You have the skills to build a site on your own, but you have more money than time, and you're able to invest into a site. And then let's just spell out a specific scenario where you buy a site, maybe it has 20 pages of content on there. I don't know how much that would cost, but let's just keep the numbers easy. Let's say it costs $1,500, and you're able to get that site built, and it has 20 articles and a handful of keywords that it's targeting. And what you can do after that is, say, expand the site to 100 more posts, right? So you can get, I can't remember what I said, you can get like 80 more posts written and publish those. And then you've grown the site to a point where you'll be able to, get potentially long tail traffic through, keyword golden ratio. If you don't know what the keyword golden ratio is, look it up on my YouTube channel. You should be able to find that pretty easily. But the point is, you'll be able to use your money to invest in a site that's already built, and then you can apply the skills that you have around keyword research and building a niche site to actually expand the site. And of course, the most important thing is to get traffic, which is a whole other story. If you are struggling, right? If you're watching this because maybe you bought a done-for-you site, go check out one of my live streams. It's basically a webinar that I did, and it's an SEO plan for niche sites that actually works. So I'll link to it in this video, in the description. But basically, if you're unsure about how to get traffic, I do go through sort of a step-by-step process and the phases that you can implement to actually get traffic to your site. So hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know what your opinion is. Do you think done-for-you sites are a good investment? Do you think a better approach is to build your own site? That's what I do. Now, I will also tell you that there is a roundup post that I did. This is actually a debate post, and I have a lot of friends in the industry, and several of them actually offer this service. So I was about to publish this post a couple months ago, and I thought, hey, it's pretty one-sided if I just use my soapbox and use my blog to tell you what I think. Wouldn't it be cool if I got the opposing view? And actually, why don't I get like 5 opposing views and ask a bunch of other people what they think and why they think their service is good? So I have people like Dom from Human Proof Designs, I have Ken from Content Ken, I have Andrew from Brand Builders, and several other people that actually favor my approach too. In full disclosure, right? I sell a course, right? I sell a course to tell people how to build their own sites, and the other group of people actually sell the done for you service. So it's a pretty interesting mix. It's totally biased, right? Everyone has their own opinion. We're all selling something, right? But it's pretty interesting to hear the different approaches, and you may relate to a certain, person that we're describing. So you may think, hey, well, I don't want to do all the keyword research. I would rather outsource everything at the beginning. And then, later on, if I need to outsource little pieces, well, then I can figure out how to do that. It's much better to understand what your personality type is than to try and force your personality into something that doesn't fit. So I've rambled on quite a bit. If you haven't subscribed to this channel and you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Definitely check out the blog, Niche Site Project. I would definitely appreciate that also. So have a good day. We'll see you soon.